Hello, and thank you for tuning in on this nice Saturday afternoon. Today, because I've got, Jan from New York City saves money. She's aboard, with me. We are going to talk about a hot beverage that most, if not all of us, love to drink. And we want to discuss how the taste of it, your typical average one that you buy in the store, I feel the taste quality or the flavor has gone down. And what I'm talking about is the taste of hot chocolate. And all I know is the last few times that I've bought it, I haven't been very happy with the taste of it. So I want to go ahead, pull Jan in, and we'll, go from there on the subject. Hey, Jan.
Hi, Steve. Hi, everybody. How you doing, everyone? Happy Saturday.
Saturday.
Steve, you're bringing up an interesting point. First of all, I just want to let everyone know I love hot chocolate, but I don't know if it's because of the holiday feel or it's nippy out. You just come back home and you just sit there with your hot chocolate. It's just such a fun drink, and we could get into the many things that we can do with hot chocolate, and it's just like totally absolutely amazing. But the thing is, I do agree with Steve. I think that in general in life, I do think that we don't like to focus on negativity at all. But first of all, there are so many choices today of hot chocolate. But one particular brand has actually really shocked me. And then when Steve happened to mention this to me at another time recently, and this is sort of like in a way, an indirect way, like a product review in a way. In our case, we both are really surprised with how the flavor of the Nestle brand. No, this is not a sponsored ad, but the Nestle brand of hot chocolate is not as rich as it used to be. It used to be very, very rich, but there are definitely some more other brands that are really, outrageously delicious. A matter of fact, back in the old days, I don't know about you guys, if your mom or your dad, when I was a kid back in the 1960s, maybe some people can relate to this. When I was a kid back in the 1960s, we made a hot chocolate drink. Literally, my mother took actual milk or half and half, and she would like kind of scald it on the stove, and she would enter into it maybe perhaps a Hershey syrup. Oh, no, Bosco. Bosco was the name. Yes,
Hmm.
Bosco or Nestle's Quick. Remember the Nestle's Quick powder, whatever it was that she had on hand. That is really a very, very rich way of having hot chocolate. What says you, Steve?
Um, well, back along the same lines as you, of course, I'm a little bit later. I'm, 70s, 80s, but the same applied for me. My mom would do the milk, the Nestle's Quick, um, and then mix it up and then give it to me as a beverage, and I would drink it before school. But I also like to do it a different way. This is probably the foundation for the rest of it that came. I do like to buy either Nestle's chocolate cocoa powder or Hershey's cocoa powder. And what I would do is I would get a coffee cup mug and I would fill it up to a certain point and take that and dump it into a saucepan. And I would bring, the milk to a slight, not too heavy of a boil, add my chocolate, the sugar, and then pour it back into my coffee mug and
Right.
make hot chocolate the old fashioned way where it all originated. Um, to me, if you're going to do hot chocolate, I do like the Nestle Quick version that you're talking about, but nothing will ever surpass what originally started way back when with the cocoa powder.
Right.
And another reason that's good to have cocoa powder on hand is for those of you that like to do any type of baking. Uh, I can think of a couple of things that you could make. Well, actually, I could think more than two things. I could actually think of three. You could do homemade brownies with it.
Yeah.
You could perhaps make homemade fudge with it.
Yes.
Um, or if you really want to be artistic, you could perhaps make chocolate cake with it. So
So
that's
good.
so that's three other options right there, aside from making the hot chocolate that you could do with the cocoa powder. Oh, I'm sure the possibilities are endless. I'm sure you could do other
And
things.
that's a saving, Steve, because you're using one product to make three, four other items with. So at the
Mhm.
end of the day, that spells out savings, what you just said.
So when you go to the store and a small little chocolate container of cocoa, I don't remember. I haven't bought it in a little while. I'd say it's probably about 350, and low middle threes, maybe even high twos. I think it all depends on the brand you get. But as you mentioned, from what can come of what that container can do, you're actually breaking down the money. So for each item that you can make, the chocolate cake or the brownie or the fudge or the hot chocolate, that right there is a savings because um, it's on a use it as you need it basis. It's in a container with a lid on it.
Absolutely.
In some ways, it's actually a lesser cost than if you buy hot chocolate in the packets. But you did make up a good one. I had mentioned it to you. I can't remember now, maybe a couple months back. I said if you get a chance, I said you need to try the Swiss Miss indulgent uh, chocolate or dark chocolate sensation.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the exact title of it, but
Indulgent. Yeah.
is it the end? Okay. Um, I said you'll really love it. I said if you like regular hot chocolate, this one picks up where the traditional, the Swiss Miss, it's in the
There's
sky.
a depth of flavor of it's almost like when you're drinking it, it's like you're almost biting into a chocolate bar. It's incredible.
That's it. Um, I would easily, for those of you that might want to give it a try, I do strongly urge it, and I'm glad Janet took the plunge. It is easily a step across to the one you make in the saucepan with the cocoa powder. If it's not a step across, I would easily rank it like one step down, but it's very close. I think so.
Definitely. Steve, I believe that you are in agreement with me that you would probably disappointed with the Nestle's powdered, the mix that you buy in the store in the red box. It is not, it just doesn't grab you as much as like when you would make your own from scratch type thing.
Yeah, the Nestle brand cocoa leaves something to be desired. I will say this: your standard, the standard Swiss Miss, the one that's got the sky
Yeah.
blue, it also could be a little better. It's kind of
Well,
it's
we have a little bit of a trick, everybody watching. Steve and I like to do this to our hot chocolate. We grab, guess what? Powdered creamer. Add a little bit of powdered creamer to your hot chocolate
oh
mix.
yeah.
It really creams it up. It even like gives it almost like a softer texture. Of course, we like marshmallows once in a while too.
Well,
I
do
don't know. It's fun. What, Steve?
right. That's right. But do keep in mind, I know you can use hot water to
Yeah.
do a hot. I myself, personally, I like a hot chocolate made with milk only because
Yes.
it's rich. It has a richer effect. But if you add a couple spoons of that powdered creamer, coffee mate or Borden or whatever or Cremora, whatever you put in it, mixing a couple teaspoons of that in with your hot chocolate, it's going to give you a milk-like effect, and it'll
And
give you like
yes, you're right. You know what I do, Steve? I go one notch higher on that. I have to say it right now. I don't mean to intrude. I
yeah,
take a drop of milk to everything what you just said. It's almost like a half and half effect.
mm, never haven't gone that far yet. But I do like the powdered creamer effect. Not only does it give you the milk-like turnout, it also creates like a slight froth on top. It gives you a frothy
Yes,
effect, which I
very
like.
true.
And who doesn't like marshmallows? I know it's probably like the kid in me, but there's nothing wrong with keeping the kid in us alive. But I do like marshmallows in it from time to time. The one that you mentioned that I've recommended, yes, it's absolutely phenomenal. There is another one I haven't tried, but you don't have to buy it. There's an alternative. Um, for those of you that like hot chocolate, but you want to give it a little bit of a mint flavor, there's a couple of options. You could do the candy cane method, the little itty bitty candy cane,
Right.
or you could go to the store and buy International Delight or Coffee Mate and get some what's called peppermint mocha creamer.
Wow.
And you could put a couple of 3 teaspoons of it in your hot chocolate, and it'll give you that minty effect.
Oh, that sounds so holiday like. Both
It
options
is.
sound so amazing.
It
You
is.
know, Steve, speaking of the holidays, hot chocolate, in the cold weather, and even if you live somewhere where it's not so cold, but you just enjoy a fun hot drink, as far as like Christmas gift or just a little Hanukkah idea gift, or, for those folks in the office that you have to give a little something to because you want to, nothing beats getting a really cute holiday decorated mug. You could get them for a song at the Dollar Tree. Not only do they make festive, appearances, but if you put into it packs of hot chocolate and marshmallow and some, round mints or the candy cane mints in there, or a couple of red and green wrapped up chocolate kisses in there. Wrap that thing up, put a bow on it. I would never complain. You could put in a couple of butter cookies. The sky's the limit. I would never complain if somebody gave me a gift like that.
Oh wow, I, I like that. I like that method a lot. Um, so there's just so much you can do. I mean, that's just 3 recipes or 3 things that you can do with chocolate. I'm sure there's others. Um, if you wanted to create, here's another one. This is probably pretty simple to do for those of us that like ice cream. Here's a good one. This is a thought. You could take the cocoa powder and create like some type of a chocolate syrup
Yes.
and then pour it over the top. What I like when it comes to ice cream is I like it when I'm not sure what the ingredient is that you put in it. I can't think of it right off. It might be cream of tartar. I'm not positive. But what it does is when you pour it over the top of ice cream, it forms a shell, like a hardened shell.
Yep.
Um, and I
Are you
do
talking
like
about
that.
chocolate or are you talking about meringue, like a meringue
No, I'm
top?
talking about no, no, no. I'm talking about chocolate.
Uh huh.
Chocolate. If you think of a chocolate bar that has the chocolate coating around it,
Oh, yeah.
it hardens or makes a shell.
I believe that I think it's coconut. It sounds crazy. I think it's coconut oil or something. It gives it like that magic shell effect of the
That's
chocolate.
it. That's the
Yeah.
one. Is it coconut oil? Okay, okay,
I think it is. I think it's coconut oil. That I'm not positive, but I believe so.
okay.
That in combination with the cocoa, I'm not positive. But or you could just get the magic shell product, which is like if you don't know what we're talking about, guys, like if you buy like an ice cream pop that has thin chocolate on the outside that you bite into, like that effect.
Oh, another good example. I do like them from time to time. For those of you that are familiar with Dairy Queen, I don't know if I'm sure everybody knows what Dairy Queen is. One of the things that Dairy Queen does offer, and they're very good, you can go there not only and you can get a soft serve ice cream cone, but they go one step further. You can get that ice cream cone dipped.
Oh, nice.
Um, you can get cherry flavor, you can get the chocolate. And here's one that they will still do. It's not on the menu, but I remember it back when I was a kid back in the 1980s. They still have it, but you have to ask for it. Butterscotch.
Oh, oh,
And that's good on a dipped cone. It's not featured on the menu up above, but it is available. You just have to ask for it upon request.
that sounds like an amazing, amazing combination.
It is. Yeah, but you have the cherry, which I've had eons ago, the chocolate, the butterscotch. They did have an orange one, and
Yeah.
it's pretty good. I don't know if they still have that one or not, but
Wow.
but that's the type that I'm talking about. The hardening of yeah, the hard
Yes.
shell,
Yes.
and I love that.
It's so good. You just like have the fun of biting into that. It reminds me of, and the last time I ate ice cream, it's going on almost practically 2 years since the last time that I had Klondike bar. What would you
Oh,
do for one, right? And I like to like that. You talk about like that, we were just discussing that thin chocolate on the exterior. I
that's
would
right.
cut it in certain ways. I would peel it off. I even did a video of that a couple of years ago. That was actually, I believe, the last Klondike bar I had officially. I think it
You
was
know,
December 8th, 2019.
here's the thing about a Klondike bar, since we're on the subject of chocolate, is again, I went and just, I do like ice cream, yes. And, I just had a birthday almost 2 weeks ago. And the only thing I didn't, I didn't know where to go with, the cake thing. So I got some Halloween cupcakes and I got some Haagen-Dazs pistachio ice cream. But in the course of me looking, in the ice cream section in this grocery store, you would be amazed at how many different flavors of Klondike you have now. Because back when I had Klondike, you only had
Right.
one type, vanilla with the hard shell, and that's all you had. Now, dark chocolate, chocolate on chocolate, Reese's,
Wow.
um, cookies and cream, mint chocolate. I mean, you must have at least 10 or 12 different varieties now.
It's incredible.
Yeah, same goes for like the Oreo cookie. I want to mention that. You have all when I was a kid, it was Oreo and double stuff. That's all you had. That's it.
That's it.
Now you got
Now
so many.
I see so many variations of Oreos.
That's
It's
right.
incredible.
Right, you have the golden one, you have the lemon, you got the chocolate, you got a carrot cake one, you got a peanut butter one. I mean, a mint one. I mean, again, you got about 20 different ones of those. But
Wow.
back when I was a kid, it was two flavors or two different types, regular and
Right.
double stuff. That's it.
That's it. I wonder how many people by now are either running to their refrigerator or about to make a hot chocolate or eat something sweet after this
Yeah, I
conversation.
know. Talking about the right. Um,
Well,
it,
that's what's fun about the holiday season. That's your
it is.
opportunity to have a little something different.
And then to tap on, the different variety, when I would go shopping with my dad, and his wisdom, as I knew, he says, I remember back when all you had was one type. That's what he said. Because originally, I think when the Oreo started, all you had was just the regular Oreo. And then somewhere around the year I was born, maybe sometime in the middle late 70s, I think is when the double stuff variety came about. But but you know what? I still buy the basic Oreo. I don't mind the other flavors, yeah. but I still stay. I just go back to basics. I stick with the originals.
You're not kidding. Sometimes just the basic is just enough.
Yeah. Well, Janet, this conversation was fun talking about the chocolate.
Yes.
Um,
I'm
like,
gaining 20 pounds thinking about it.
yeah, like you said, if any of you guys got the urge to want to go and, this talk about hot chocolate makes me want to go make me a cup. By all
Yes.
means, listen, enjoy. It's a weekend. Sit back, relax. Or if it gave you the urge to want to bake something, that's good too. But I'm glad we talked about the chocolate uh, mixes. Another one that I haven't bought in a long time, since just before we hang it, we wrap this up. Another brand I used to like to buy in the hot chocolate mix was Carnation,
Oh, yeah.
but I haven't tasted Carnation.
Just a moment. I'm recording a video. I'll call you back. Go ahead.
Don't you just love simple life turn of events? Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
this is, well, folks, this is real life. This is what we can't control that. So, but you know what? The Carnation, but the last time I had it, coming back to that, was probably about 30 years ago when I was about 16, 17 years old. Um, I do see it in the store. I never think about buying it. But you know what? I ought to just, because I need to do a little bit of a grocery shop run here before too long. I may consider buying a box of it just to see if the taste is what I remember.
Just to see if there's any changes. Right. Right.
Oh, and I'm sure there is in 30 years. Nothing stays the same. So, but
You know,
all right.
once Thanksgiving passes, I just want to say this real fast.
Okay.
I'm going to start getting out all my cookie tins that I have collected over the year. Anytime I get little cookie tins, I would use them up, or if they were gifted to me, put them away. If you have anything like that, and I'm telling you, get it. You don't even have to bake the cookies if you're not into the baking part. Just go to your favorite dollar store or whatever. Get a whole bunch, like 10 different, like for $10, 10 different packs of cookies, and make your own little cookie arrangements inside of those tins. Voila.
Well, that's a
Very
good
awesome.
idea. Yeah.
With the hot chocolate. Don't forget to put some hot chocolate in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
thanks for having me again, Steve.
oh, you're welcome. I'm glad like I said, I would have never thought in 100 years to come on and discuss, the hot chocolate. But hey, who doesn't? Who does? I know there's people out there that don't or cannot drink hot chocolate, but for the most of us that do, we all love it. So I thought, why not? All right. Well, guys, be on the lookout. There's going to be, as you all know, I have my Recipe Tuesday each and every morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be on the lookout for that. I tend to upload on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays on occasion, and I'll definitely somehow where there's a will, there's a way to let you guys know if there's going to be any type of bonus upload. On occasion, you may see that, but usually be on the lookout for me on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And then, of course, you, Janet, you upload every Monday through Friday at 5 a.m.
That's it. And then occasionally, actually lately, it's been pretty regularly on Saturday night at 8 p.m., usually a premiere. That way I get to chat with my folks. And also I'm involved with the Tuesday Tea collaboration at 10 o'clock on Tuesdays.
Okay.
Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome. I need to, I would actually like to, I'm actually considering if I can come up with something, and I've just about got it. I'm considering perhaps,
Joining the collab for Tea Tuesday. That'd be great.
Yes, yes. Okay. Well, guys, I hope you guys have, a good rest of your day, and we will see you guys next time. I hope you guys take care, and be good.
Bye, everybody.